Good morning everyone. Welcome to Monday morning Kundalini Yoga. I'm using a different sound setup because whenever I set up all the mics in the living room to record the bowls and then I do this, I have to like tear it down and kind of keep moving back and forth, and yeah, it's problematic. So anyway, I do have a second setup, and so that's what I'm using today. So I would be curious to, hopefully, I have my phone near me, so if you can't hear me, let me know. But also just let me know how the sound setup is, because I'm kind of dialing that in. Just have a single mic with a different input. Anyway, welcome. Let's rub our hands together. Kind of wake up this morning, maybe do a little bit of a neck roll as you're rubbing. Do a little bit of open palm tapping. Just kind of waking ourselves up. Hands rubbing together again. Let's bring hands into prayer position. Just take 3 long deep breaths again, just to get the day going. So breathing in deeply through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Breathing in deeply through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. One more time. Inhale deeply, deeply, the whole way down into the pelvic bowl. And exhale all the breath out. As much as is possible. And this time we'll inhale to do our Adi mantra, the Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, the mantra we chant at the beginning of every Kundalini Yoga class to connect to the divine teacher, both inside of us and also out externally. So bowing to the divine teacher, humbling ourselves, connecting with. Go ahead and open your shoulders a little bit, squeeze your shoulder blades together just for a moment and then let them relax by just kind of opening that heart center, sitting up straight and tall. Eyes are closed and rolled up at the third eye. Inhale deeply. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. An Gure Name Jungan Gure Name Sat Gure Name Siri Gurudev Name. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath momentarily. Set your intention for this moment, this practice session, or for the day. And exhale. It looks like on the meter, like when I was chanting, that maybe it was a bit too loud, so I'm going to pull down. I have a mic gain over here. Yeah, that sounds pretty loud. Let me pull it down a bit. Now, how's that? Check, 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 check. It almost seems like there's no happy medium, but it's either too loud or too quiet. Oh dear. Try to check, check, check. Okay, let's try that. Yeah. All right. So let's do actually the sun breath to just energize ourselves and get this day started. I don't know how you're feeling, but I did have a little bit of a hard time getting up this morning. So we will breathe through our right nostril, remembering the right channel is the Pingala, the sun channel, the energizing channel. The left channel is the Ida, the moon channel, the lunar channel, that is rest and digest and sleep and relax. So you can use that to help you throughout the day. If you want just a 1 minute pick me up, you can energize. If you're really stressed about something, you could do a 1 minute on the breathe the left nostril to de-stress a little bit. So it's great to integrate some of this technology, as Yogi Bhajan always like to call it, the yogic technology, into our life in a more, it's great on the mat, and it's also wonderful to take it off the mat. Anyway, so here we are on the clock. Right hand's in Gyan Mudra, just at the knee, index finger touching the thumb. Left thumb is blocking that left nostril, and we're just going to do long deep breathing for 3 minutes through the, let's actually go for 4, through the right nostril. Here we go. You're on the clock. Eyes are closed and rolled up at the third eye. With the first few breaths, just check your alignment. Are you sitting up straight and tall? Are you really into those sits bones on the floor, on a chair? Are the shoulders open and relaxed down and back? Is the neck and chin in alignment with the spine? Just check your posture. After many, 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 many years of practicing yoga, I still, every time I'm in a posture, there's little adjustments that I'll make that'll just make the posture feel more easy, more aligned. With each exhale, let everything go a little more. And on the inhale, draw that breath down, 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 down. Let the diaphragm drop down, down, down. And as you exhale, pull that diaphragm in and up to really bring all the air, to empty the air, the lungs of air. And also on the inhale, how aware are you of your ribs? So bring your awareness to those ribs. Are they expanding ever so subtly, or perhaps not so subtly? Remember, the rib cage is the word that we use, the rib cage. It is a cage that encloses and protects the lungs, the heart. But that means the cage needs to open a little bit to really let the lungs expand. And it's aptly named as well, because often our ribs get kind of locked and shut down, and then the lungs and the whole breathing mechanism is compromised. Last cycle, inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Stretch the arms over the head, hold the breath. Stretch tall, pull up on the locks. And inhale and drop your hands down. Oh, that felt good. Nice, so just kind of take a moment, let's just sit for a moment, check in and see where we're at after our Surya breath, the sun breath, the energizing breath through the right nostril. I think I'm going to use that anytime I have an early morning meeting for 1 minute before the meeting. Try to get the day started right. All right, my dears. So let's start with just some opening exercises and postures to wake up the body. So let's start with our just circling on the spine, going one way. Again, this is Ustad Amajad Ali Khan on the Sarod. Just think it's such beautiful music for the morning, especially. And now go the opposite direction. Long, deep breathing. Just checking in, making sure you're not holding the breath. I noticed I was actually holding the breath a little bit. So in this posture, it's nice to think of an inhale as you're on the front of the circle and the exhale as you go back. Just to give some form to the breath. Awesome, come to the center. Let's bring our feet together for to butterfly out a little bit of our inner thighs and just stretch and open the legs, the hips, the thighs. 1 minute, you're on the clock. Go ahead and close your eyes, roll your eyes up to that third eye. Long, deep breathing. Going as fast or as slow as feels good to you this morning. Being willing to hear where the body's at, not just kind of pushing through, oh, this is how we did it yesterday, or this is always really easy for me. I don't know why it hurts today, but I'll just push through that. So not pushing through, just with kindness and compassion, listening to the body. And let's actually go into a seated twist. So I'm going to bring my right knee in, and my left knee is going to go over my right knee. And then I'm going to take my right elbow and just start to pull. Left hand comes back. And just start to twist and to look behind me. So maybe you're just here. Maybe you're here. I get a nice stretch the whole way on into that hip. Try to keep both sits bones on the floor. Oh, that felt... I kind of adjusted my sits bones down even a little more, then I got even more of a stretch into this left thigh and hip, and even into the low back on the left side. I can feel it. And relax just out of it for a second, and then go into the twist again. Sometimes taking that moment to relax and then going back into the posture allows something else in the body to open just a little more. And then slowly come out of that, and we'll go into the other side. So now left knee is on the floor, right leg is over, right hand is reaching back, and left arm is coming and pulling that knee a little bit in. And then adjust both sits bones onto the floor so you're not a little bit leaning over, you're sitting up. And actually, what I'm doing right now that I'm liking is I'm almost kind of doing the opposite. I'm leaning in right now to that right buttocks and sits bone, and it's giving me a deeper stretch. Inhaling deeply, long and deep. Relax out of it just for a moment and then come back into the posture, seeing if anything's let go a little bit more. And now just let your legs come out, and we'll just, so my left leg is on the bottom, my right knee is on top mostly. In a perfect world, I think the knee, my right knee would be a little bit more over, just really on top of that left knee. And just long, deep breathing here. There's a name for this pose, I'm temporarily forgetting it. This is a pose we do more in Hatha. Still remembering and learning all those names, both in Sanskrit and then the English counterpart. Let's relax out of that and then do the opposite. So now right knee's on the bottom, left knee's on top, stretching over a little bit. Ooh, that feels so good. Twisting just for a minute. That feels good. And stretching the leg a little over. Long, deep breathing. Relaxing into this left hip. Can even take your hand and just rub a little bit on that left hip joint, into the buttocks a little bit, into the back. Just encouraging it to relax a little bit more, even on that left thigh. And then just rest your hands on the feet. And coming gently and slowly out. And then let's actually go into butterfly one more time and just see how it might feel differently. Yeah, that feels really differently to me. So that idea of kind of when you're in a posture that maybe is a little challenging, or you're really coming up against some tightness, to put a hand on your body and kind of help it to release a little bit, is something I've been doing for years, and I find it really helpful. So my other favorite thing in the morning is Bach. Okay, so yeah, you can always do that. Bring a hand and try to loosen and just massage gently a place where you might be coming into contact with some tension or holding or pain. Okay, nice. And let's do let's go into a spinal twist. The arms up on the shoulders, inhaling left, exhaling right. Let's go for 2 minutes and really open up a little bit. So start nice and slow, whatever feels good to you. And you can slowly start to eyes are closed, really surrendering into the motion, using the breath as your mantra, checking in with the alignment on the spine, the neck, the shoulders, just on a micro level, making tiny adjustments to sit a little taller, to twist a little fuller, to have those elbows and shoulders a little stronger. Making sure to let go on the neck so you're not kind of creating tension, but you're releasing it. Sometimes that can feel very subtle in the body, but then of course it's not subtle. Over a lifetime, the subtle holdings become quite unsubtle, quite problematic, quite habitual. Inhale into the center and exhale. Let's do our spinal flex. Go right into spinal flex. So inhaling the chest forward, exhaling back. And just come to stillness for a few breaths. Eyes closed, just feeling where the body's at now after just a few postures. And let's go into a little bit more of a neck release. So this is a cool posture where you just sitting cross-legged, and we're just going to turn our head. We'll start on the left side. So just neck to the left shoulder and back, to the left and back, to the left and back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So this is a gentle release on that into the neck. So let's just go on the clock. Eyes closed, rolled up to that third eye. I keep saying that, but until it becomes second nature, it still surprises a little bit sometimes. We're so used to having our eyes open. We're so used to connecting to that field of vision. And now to the left side, or excuse me, to the right side. We were on the left. And you can bring like a little bit of energy and attention to that turn, so you're really opening a little bit to that side. And now we'll do 1 minute the whole way, so from the left to the right. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And again, only go kind of as far on each side as feels good to your body, bringing energy and intention, but then also respecting kind of where the body's at in this moment, in this day, at this time. Inhale to the center, stretch tall, squeeze up on the locks, elongate it into the neck, hold the breath, and exhale. And just kind of check in how you're feeling there in the neck. Oh, there's a train. I was like, that's weird. I've never heard that drone in the back of this piece before. It's the train in the distance going, ooh. All right, my dears. Let's go into some cat cow. Come onto your knees, onto all fours. Check in with your alignment. So sometimes it's nice to just start here because that helps you to align your hips over your knees, and then just walk yourself out a little bit. Find the alignment with the shoulders and the palms of the hands, the heel of the hand. Inhale slowly up. Exhale down. 1 minute, we're on the clock. And if you're feeling kind of open, you can start to go a little faster. And when I came into the Kundalini classes, they did cat-cow faster than I had ever seen. I mean, you can really move this quickly, and it's really cool because it really opens the spine in a different way. But check in with yourself, and only go as fast as feels good. But I just want to mention that because it is cool. Inhale up, and let's roll back. Let's fold back into our sit on our heels. Stretch the arms forward. Relax into child pose for a moment. Feeling the breath the whole length of the body. I can even kind of feel the breath in through my shoulder, my shoulders and my armpits. Just because on that deep inhale, I'm really stretching long, but on the exhale, I'm really letting go. You can even exhale through your mouth if you'd like for a few cycles. And walk yourself back to be seated on the heels. Let's bring our hands back into interlacing our fingers, and we'll just slowly bring our forehead to the mat as we reach our arms up. Inhaling back, exhaling down. Inhaling back, exhaling down. So a lot of times, and we haven't really talked about this yet in Kundalini, when you're in a posture, you are often thinking Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. So inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. Inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. You're just thinking this silently in your head, but it gives you the specific mantra, I am truth. Which again, it might take a lifetime to unlock what that totally means, but connecting with your truest, deepest self, seeing yourself as the truth that you are, the truth of each breath, the truth of each posture. Sat Nam. Sat. Nam. You can have a pillow between your knees and your buttocks if that makes this posture feel a little better. If the arms are too much, you can kind of just let the arms rest on your hips and low back and just do the posture like this if you don't really want it. You can't really do the full shoulder release right now. Inhale up, stretch the shoulders open, pull the hands down towards the feet, hold the breath, pull up on the root lock, open that heart center, and exhale. Let's go into laying on our belly, and we'll kick, do the buttocks kick a little bit just to open up. Oops, that's right, I have the candle down here. I need to be careful of that. So let yourself just relax down. Your chin can just be on the mat and just kicking slowly. Especially if you have any alignment issues with your knees, your ankles. This is great because it gives them a way to kind of recalibrate, but also it might expose any kind of misalignment that you have, habitual muscle patterns that are pulled slightly in a funny way. I mention that because I see that in myself on my left side, but I know that after I do this, I actually feel more aligned. Just take a moment and rest here. We're going to push up into downward dog. But just take a moment to breathe here. And then when you're ready, bring your hands into your shoulders. Roll your toes under. You're going to kind of almost cobra up and then push back into downward dog. And as I mentioned before, I like to kind of walk my feet out a little bit when I'm in down dog. Let your neck, check in on your neck, do a little neck shaking. Connect those ears into the elbows so you're in alignment there. And then just long, deep breathing for 1 minute. Let me grab the, you're on the clock, here we go. Long, deep breathing. And come out of down dog. Come into a seated posture. Sitting cross-legged. And we'll do ego eradicator. So bring your arms up. Hands are curled in and thumbs are straight, pointing straight up. Check in with your arms. Like, this is too far forward. I guess it's possible to go too far back, but I want to kind of feel like my ears and elbow are kind of aligned. So you really feel open in here. And breath of fire. So you might want to start slowly like that. I'm going to grab a Kleenex. My nose is a little runny. So with breath of fire, you can always start slower and then work up your speed. And the main thing is really pulling in, really using that diaphragm, pulling in on those ab muscles. Here we go, we're on the clock for 1 minute. The inhale and exhale should be fairly equal. That's what stops you from kind of hyperventilating. Inhale up, thumbs touch, fingers stretch tall, hold the breath in, and bring the arms down. Just sit quietly for a moment. Checking in where you are. So slowly come to a standing position. And we'll start with our standing twist where our legs are just a little bit more than hip width distance apart. And we're going to twist, starting twisting to the left. So left arm goes the whole way straight back, right arm really comes in and makes contact with that sternum. And exhale. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. There's a real specificity to the posture. You should feel like you're kind of pulling yourself open. You're pulling yourself open. I'll do it the side view a little bit here. So really pulling, pulling. Eyes closed. Really let the body twist. Let the torso twist. This is also a heart opener and a spinal twist. Really feel the stability down through the legs. The feet kind of growing roots the whole way down to the center of the earth. Yeah, if the legs are strong, then you can really let the twist be more free and opening. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So this is kind of a slower breath of fire, especially once you get the posture really flowing. And inhale, just come standing, arms at the sides. A few deep breaths. And now we'll inhale and just ever so slightly kind of arch back, and then exhale and touch the toes. You may want to bend the knees you know, a lot or just slightly. So this isn't about forcing your legs to be straight. It's about just opening the back, stretching tall. So as I come up, I stretch a little bit taller, and again, what protects the back here is keeping the elbows in line with the ears. So I'm going kind of in slow motion right now. And why don't you join me in a slow motion, and don't let those arms get ahead of the ears. That allows you to really engage your core and be protective of your back. Here we go. We're on the clock for 1 minute. You can feel like a giant flower opening to the sun and closing at night. It's kind of a nice image. Lengthening through the spine. Feeling rooted through the floor with your feet. Eyes closed if possible. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. You can work with your silently with the mantra Sat Nam. Inhale up, stretching taller, arcing your back just a little bit back, and coming to just staying in your standing position, taking a few breaths. So I don't think we've done the 10 bodies set yet. I think we're going to do that on Friday, on New Year's Day. So in Kundalini and in yoga, talk about the 10 different bodies we have, the physical body just being one of them. But there's also the arc line. I'll explain more about that on Friday. But the posture we just did, the Kriya we just did, kind of clears the arc line. I'll talk more about that. So, okay, this one I really like. We're going to bring our legs wide. And really make sure your feet are facing exactly forward. So I like to bring the sides of my feet just the tiniest bit in to really work against kind of them being the tiniest bit out, which is where they would normally be. Yeah, I think you can actually even see my feet there. I like to try to get my whole, tricky with this camera in this room to get everything exactly in frame. Okay, so arms to the side. Try to make them straight. Since I can see myself in the camera, I can see I was a little bit off. So let's do a couple openers into this posture. This isn't super hard, but it can be a little bit challenging for different bodies, and also just based on where your legs tightness is. So if you have a block, grab a block. If you don't have a block, get a block. But if you don't have a block, maybe you have like a little, I don't know, something. I actually have this little, like a little step stool I have that's in here. So, I don't know, you can be creative. Put your block in the center. And what we'll do is we're just gonna fold over and bring our right arm down. Our left arm shoots straight up, and we're twisting. Inhale, and then the opposite side, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And you can just, if you the block, you don't need the block, you can just go straight to the floor. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So we're just kind of opening up right now. On this one, let's actually stay here for a moment, long deep breathing. Come up, and then opposite side. Long deep breathing, and come up. Okay, awesome. Now, the true posture that we're opening into is that we twist over to the other leg. So right arm comes to left foot, exhale up, left to right. So here we go, we're on the clock. When you go down, really let it be a moment of release and let go. Release, let go. And the exhale should help with that. The inhale should help with your core strength of coming back up. Protect your knees. Make sure your knees aren't kind of swaying back a little bit. Last few seconds. Inhale up, stretch wide, and hold the breath. And then let everything float down. Great. Let's go to a seated position. Just taking a few breaths. And then allow yourself to go into Shavasana. So finding your way to the floor. Squeezing your body long, stretching long, and then starting to let it really relax. If you have a blanket nearby and you want to put a blanket on, you know, especially your torso or belly, you're welcome to kind of stay warm. Let your arms fall a little bit away from the body, palms up, feet kind of rolling a little bit to the side. Taking a few breaths the whole length of the body, so you're taking a few long, deep breaths before we just give the breath back to the body and let it do what it will. Let your eyes close, roll up to your third eye. Tip of the tongue is behind the top front teeth. Mouth is slightly open. Breathing through the nose. Bring your knees into your chest and start to stretch a little bit, and we'll find your way to a seated position. I figure it's a special time of year. We could use a little chimes here to ring in the coming new year, letting go of the old, bringing in the new. Oh, and continuing. There's a continuity, right? I think of I love U2, but the song New Year's Day with the refrain, nothing changes New Year's Day, and I get where that's coming from, especially during it's not funny, but all the violence in Northern Ireland and all the the wars continue, the rage continues. I get it, but it's definitely a very sad song, but powerful. All right, my dear. So we have a meditation to dive into for just the next 5 or so minutes. It's called the Caliber of Life meditation. Sounds pretty lofty. Let me read a little bit of the comments just to get you into the flow about what we're doing here. So it says, this meditation can form the basis for an extraordinary sadhana. Sadhana is a spiritual practice, so as yogis, we are called to practice every day, and in every spiritual tradition, really. I think there's supposed to be a daily practice, and that daily practice is your sadhana. It's the way that you're showing up in your practice and discipline, your self-discipline, doing what you believe, showing up for yourself. So let's see what it says. It improves the caliber of your capacity to reach excellence in life. It is known to conquer normal depression and discouragement. It builds tremendous strength in the nervous system. Let's see. Remember to keep your elbows straight. I'll tell you what the posture is in just a second. During the entire meditation, if you feel dizzy or disorientated in this practice, be sure you are doing the suspension of the breath properly and that you're holding the neck lock, the Jalandhara band, which we'll talk about. Have a glass of water handy at the end. Drink some water. This will build your nervous system to a new level. When your nervous system is strong, you will feel a new stability in yourself and trust in yourself. All right, so the elbows are straight out. The hands are straight out. I'll do a profile and I'll do the forward facing. So right arm straight out, hands in a fist except thumb pointing up. Left hand is going to cup around the right hand fist, and the thumb is also going to be straight up. And just at the very, very top of the thumbs joining, there's a subtle little V. There's a subtle little space there. And you are going to fix your eyes there and stare straight through it, kind of like if you're sighting a gun, or you're just really looking off in the distance at something and you have it in your sight. So let me do this on the profile. So arms are straight, and they're really just kind of parallel to the floor. And as he's encouraging there, so right hand fist, left hand curls around, thumb straight up, looking through the little V there, and then the Jalandhara band, the lock there, just slightly lengthening in the neck, bringing the chin slightly towards the sternum, but it's all very, very slight. If there's too much pain or too much pushing, that you're not doing it right. So just be gentle and kind with this throat area. Okay, so you're going to inhale for 5 seconds. Exhale for 5 seconds, and then suspend the breath for 15 seconds. And I just want to double check. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so I'm going to face you again just so I'm not, it's kind of weird to be on the profile, but so here we go. We're going to be on the clock for, let's do 4 minutes. He said to start from 3 to 5 minutes and then work your way up. So really feel that good energy. We're on the clock now. Inhaling. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Hold the breath out for 15. pull up on that diaphragm when you suspend the breath. That actually will make it easier to suspend the breath. So inhale, diaphragm drops down. Exhale, diaphragm starts to come up. Suspend the breath, diaphragm stays up. Last 45 seconds. Connect with your determination, your stamina, your commitment. Inhale the arms up, stretch tall. Bend a little to the sides to hold the breath. We can wiggle the fingers, shake the arms a little bit. Exhale down. Woo, I don't know about you, but that was intense for me. It's amazing how sometimes these, I don't know why that would be so intense, but felt intense in a good way though. So just tap out maybe a little bit your shoulders, on your body, your chest. Let's rub our hands together, bring them in. Send our blessings to everyone in the world for a beautiful new year. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Bring to mind family and friends. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. And sending love to even those people that we have some difficulty with. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Shannam, Shannam, Shannam. Sadhana, may you have a beautiful week, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Happy New Year-ish, almost. Oh yeah, and on Wednesday night I'm doing the New Year's Eve sound bath. So Wednesday the 30th, which is like the full moon's the 29th/30th, kind of depending where you are on planet Earth. So we'll do like a full moon coming New Year's Eve, New Year's sound bath. So hopefully I'll send out an invite. I'm doing it on Insight Timer, so I'm gonna ask you to join me there, just because initially I was gonna do 2 separate ones, one for Insight Timer and one for friends, but it's too much to do 2 sound baths in one night. I think let's stop the insanity. So I'm gonna invite you all over to Insight Timer. Hopefully you're already on that. It's a free app and it has a lot of great stuff on it. All right, my dears, see you later.